Hey everyone, I'm Bill.
And I'm Bogna.
And we're with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another day of social distancing.
At its finest.
And I couldn't think of a better place to be. We are in the Calistoga Valley right now. We're heading up to Middleton, and Bogna is on her brand new. No sandwich. I don't know. Do you think they'll be open? Perry's. I love Perry's. Bogna's. This is your second ride.
Second ride
on the BMW S1000R, and I am on the Tiger 1200. And I absolutely love this thing, and I'm going to tell you guys why I love this thing so much. So, you ready?
No.
All right, let's get on this thing. And so I wanted to do this video for you guys because I was just at Eurocycle Sonoma, and I got to ride the 2020 BMW S1000 XR, and I was really super excited to get on that thing. And you know, some of the times when I do the reviews, I really don't try to bash bikes that much, because I do appreciate, of course, that they let me ride these things and do these reviews, but I do try to give you guys my real honest opinion on these bikes. And I really didn't like the XR, and I was really disappointed in the XR, and I've kind of started to become disappointed in a little bit more of the BMW lineup. But needless to say, I wanted to give you guys an update on the Tiger 1200. Some things I know about the Tiger 1200 that's coming up for 2020. Some of the things that I've heard of the rumors and whatnot. But really wanted to tell you guys why I think this is probably the best road adventure bike that you can buy out of the big classifications of, you know, the BMW, Ducati, and Triumph. Of course, there's, you know, Kawasaki and Honda. They've got some adventure bikes. I've not yet been able to be on those, so really the big comparison that I have, and the big comparison that I would go through, is the BMW GS 1250. And I would almost put the XR in this category, only because this is a... how I have this set up is it's more of a road adventure and not an off-road adventure bike. Of course, then you've got your Ducati Multistrada series line, which they've of course got their 1260, which I've been on their 1260 Enduro for a week, which was an absolutely great bike, but I felt like it shined best off-road, where I think this shines better on road. Of course they got their 900, and then we've got the Tiger 1200, and then we have the new Tiger 900, which, if you guys haven't seen my review, I'll link that up above. But the new Tiger 900 is, wow. I mean, it is so amazing, and I absolutely love the thing. And I was on the Rally Pro, and I haven't yet been on the GT Pro, but really you can kind of understand that a lot of these manufacturers are really starting to take the adventure lineup, and they're going both ways with them. They're going dirt adventure, like basically what they always kind of originally intended to be. And then, of course, there's the road adventure, like what we're on and what we do and what this bike is all about. So the new 900 has the GT Pro, and it has the Rally Pro, which I rode the Rally Pro, and I can't wait to get on the GT Pro as a 900. But rumors are starting to circulate about the new Tiger 1200, and I wanted to share some things that I found out rumor-wise that may most likely be true. Obviously, with the new 2020 900 coming out with the ginormous 8.4 inch TFT display, biggest of any TFT display out. I can't imagine that the 2020 is not going to come with it. So it's something that I absolutely fell in love with on that 900. Now, I know on the Multistradas and I know on this bike there are 19 and 21 inch wheels. There is rumor that this bike, the Tiger 1200, is going to come with a 24 inch front tire. Now, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure I don't know. You know, how is this going to affect us tire selection wise? You know, I mean, finding a coming up here, I'm thinking I would really like to get some power 5s on this thing. And then I thought, you know, does the Power 5s have a 21 inch tire? Let alone are they going to have a 24 inch tire? So, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. They've got some redesigns. There's talks online of it losing approximately 30 more pounds, which they did that with this bike in 2018. You know, the XRT, this particular model came with, you know, it was like 36 pounds lighter than the standard bike. So it's pretty crazy to think that they're going to shed as much more weight, put a bigger front tire on it. I'm assuming they're going to go with the two styles. I think they're going to probably end up with the GT and a rally style bike. But back to why I think that the Tiger out of the three is really the bike to own. And I want to encourage all of you guys that most of these dealers, I know A&S does, and I know that Eurocycle in Sonoma, Reno, and Las Vegas all allow test rides. So what I encourage you is, if you have your mind made up, okay, ride some of the other competitors, because I know a lot of people ask why I didn't get a GS, and I honestly didn't like the GS, and so I mean, I like the GS and I liked some things about the GS, but when I just rode this bike, it was just, there's so much about this bike that I like so much better than the other ones. Like this ginormous windscreen up front. I mean, the thing is huge, and I'm almost all the time looking through the windscreen. Let's see if I can get around these guys. Yeah, so I'm almost always looking around or through the windscreen. And so that was, you know, that's kind of one thing. And of course, this did come bagged. So obviously the GS's, you know, a fully GSA is like $30,000. So I mean, it's crazy cost wise. And the Multistradas, you got to buy them on, you know. So this was something that you know, Triumph actually had a special on the bag. So came with the bags. But I'm going to tell you one of the main reasons that I bought this bike. It's the mode that I sit in all of the time. It is always in this mode, and my little mode switches over here is the suspension mode. So right now we're in a full sport suspension, and I can go from a full sport suspension to a full, what me and Bogna call the Cadillac suspension, which literally has your suspension like you're just floating. Now, when we're on the freeway, I put it in Cadillac mode, and you just don't even feel any bumps. And then up here, I throw it in the sport mode, and away I go. And this thing feels really, really great and feels really, really nice. So, and then when I'm done, I just flip it back down. and I'm not interfering with any of the other riding modes that I'm in, which I never even changed the riding modes, honestly. My riding mode is always in the straight and narrow, which is the, I call it the straight and narrow mode, which is basically, a little less ABS, a little less traction control, full throttle basically, and the suspension is more in a generalized and more of a sport, or excuse me, more of a normal mode, where on the twisty roads you get a little bit more invasive on the traction control, you get a little bit more invasive on the ABS, which is great for those kinds of people, and but you lose the throttle. The response of the throttle is not as great as the mode that I'm in. So this thing is it's just remarkable, and the comfort of this thing and where I sit in this thing, I almost didn't fit on the XR, and the XR, it was so tight and cramped, and the seat was just uncomfortable, and so the comfort of this thing I felt was very, very nice. I will tell you the Ducati 1260 Enduro was very comfortable in addition, so I won't say that was not comfortable, but I didn't feel like the BMW was as comfortable. The weight distribution on this bike, I've heard a lot of mixed opinions. A lot of people think that this bike is really top heavy. I really feel like this bike is the weight is distributed all the way through the bike, so it kind of starts on the low end and comes all the way up to the top end. The Multistrada, especially the Enduro, was so top heavy, and the BMW is so top heavy. Everything is up on the top end of those bikes, so they become very kind of top heavy, where this one I really feel that it's just a nice weight all the way through. This triple motor, the vibration of this triple motor is almost none. It's zero. You get on the Multistrada, that thing just vibrates you to death, so that's just how that is. So and the BMW's got quite a bit of vibration. When you get into that kind of low revs, it kind of just really gives you that vibration. And this thing is just, there's nothing, it's just smooth all the way through, and when I'm cruising on the highway, it's just so nice and smooth and nice and vibration free. So that's kind of another reason that I went with this bike. Of course, it's got all of the luxuries, like it's got the fog lights, it's also got the cruise control, the heated hand grip, heated seats, both for me and Bogna. So again, it was riding this thing, I knew that I fell in love with this bike, and I knew if I was ever going to buy one of these, which was such an unexpected thing for me to do. For you subscribers to the channel, thank you guys for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. But for you subscribers, you guys know where I kind of came from, and I'm very much a sport bike guy, and getting on Bogna's old MT-09 with the bars, I was like, wow, I really like these bars. And then now getting on this thing, Bogna is like, God, how can you get that thing turned in those corners so well? Well, I got these amazing bars. So the easeability to ride this thing has just been so nice, and it's just so well put together. So Triumph, thank you for such an amazing bike. It's really been a nice bike to own. I think we're just about 800 miles on this bike, and we've got some stuff planned this summer for it, so stay tuned. Once we can get rid of this this shelter in place thing, I think hopefully we can get back, to the norm. So I've got a new bar bike coming, so you guys will have to definitely stay tuned to the channel, because the deposit is down on the brand new Ducati V4S Street Fighter, and I'm super stoked to get that thing. 200 horsepower. Woo! Woo! Let's actually, while we're talking about horsepower, let's talk about horsepower on this, because it's probably the most under horsepower bike of the three that I've been talking about. And I'll tell you, it's just the torque and the power on this thing. It just works so well. Everything has just meshed so together. So right now, I'm going to throw this thing down in comfort mode. So basically, I'm just going to go into Cadillac mode. Not that I necessarily need it, but I'm on a straight road and everything. And literally, the road has just disappeared from underneath me. And it's just become so absolutely smooth. And I feel like I'm just gliding. And it's just, love it. So hopefully you guys will take a look at some of the other options. Like I said, if you guys are really, I'm not trying to pull you guys away from anything. I'm not saying that the GS, you know, there's going to be people that are going to comment down below that says the GS is far superior than this, and there's going to be people that say the Multistrada is far superior than this. I can tell you I've been on all of them, and as a first impression of all three of them, this was the nicest that I got from all three of them. So I'll encourage you guys that if you guys are new to the adventure style bikes, take a look at all of your options. A lot of the dealerships like A&S offer test rides on all three of these models. Ride all three of these models. Go through the menus, go through and get one that matches you. Because this was for me. And you know, it just is that way. So I hope this helps you guys out a little bit with why I think the Tiger is the best, for me at least, the best road adventure bike. And hopefully you guys will take a look at your options in the future. So we're coming into Middleton. Thanks for sticking around. If you guys made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. The like button is more important than you guys know, so thank you guys for smashing that like button, and leave me a comment down below. Give me some input of why you chose maybe one of the three competitors, or if you guys are on like an African Twin, tell me what you guys love about that Honda, and maybe one day I'll be able to get on one. So but we'll see you guys next video. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you then. Bye guys.